Hello, and welcome back to our channel. Have you ever noticed that you can understand English quite well when you're reading or listening, but the moment you try to speak, your English suddenly feels stiff and unnatural? You know the words. You understand the grammar. You can even create the sentence perfectly inside your head. But when you say it out loud, every word comes out separately. Your pronunciation feels heavy, your voice sounds flat, and sometimes your tongue simply can't move fast enough. You may start wondering why your English sounds like a robot, even though you've studied for years. One possible reason is simple. You've trained your eyes and your brain much more than you've trained your ears and your mouth. Many learners spend hundreds of hours reading textbooks, memorizing vocabulary, and studying grammar. These activities can help you understand English, but speaking is also a physical skill. Your lips need to move. Your tongue needs to change positions quickly. Your jaw needs to stay relaxed. And most importantly, your ears need to recognize the rhythm you're trying to reproduce. Because English isn't simply a collection of words. English has its own music and rhythm, and you need to feel it with your ears before you can reproduce it naturally with your mouth. Think about a sentence spoken by a fluent speaker. Some words are stronger. Others become softer. Sounds connect together. The voice rises and falls. The speaker doesn't pronounce every word with exactly the same energy. That's what gives spoken English its natural flow. And you can't fully develop that flow by reading silently. You need to hear it. You need to copy it. And you need to train your mouth to reproduce it repeatedly. That's exactly what we're going to do in this lesson, using a powerful technique called shadowing. We'll begin slowly, even without making a sound, and gradually work toward natural speed speaking. Because sometimes, speaking more naturally isn't about learning another 1,000 words. It's about teaching your ears and mouth to work together. Now that you understand why your mouth needs physical training, let's look at the technique that can help you build that coordination. It's called shadowing. Shadowing means listening to an English speaker and repeating what they say almost immediately, following their voice like a shadow follows a person. You don't wait until the speaker finishes an entire paragraph. You listen to a short phrase and follow just behind them, trying to copy not only the words, but also the way those words sound. Imagine hearing the sentence, "I'm really looking forward to the weekend." Instead of reading the sentence from a page and pronouncing every word separately, you listen carefully to the speaker. You notice which words are stronger, which sounds connect, where the voice rises or falls, and how quickly the sentence moves. Then you copy it. This is what makes shadowing different from normal speaking practice. You're not creating your own sentences. You're not thinking about grammar rules. You're not translating from your native language. Your main job is to listen and imitate. When you practice this repeatedly, your ears and mouth begin working together. Your ears receive the sound, and your mouth tries to reproduce it immediately. Over time, common sound patterns and sentence rhythms can start feeling more familiar. Think about learning a song. You usually don't begin by studying every musical rule. You listen to the melody many times, then gradually copy the singer's timing, rhythm, and pronunciation. Shadowing uses a similar idea for spoken English. And this is why you shouldn't focus only on individual sounds. If the speaker says a sentence quickly, notice the whole movement of the sentence. Listen to the stress. Listen to the pauses. Notice how words connect together. Then let your mouth follow that movement. At first, this may feel difficult. Your tongue may fall behind. You may miss words or lose the rhythm completely. That's normal during practice. Don't stop every time you make a mistake. Keep following the speaker and allow your mouth to become familiar with the physical movements of English. Remember this principle. Shadowing is not a test of how much English you know. It's training for how quickly your ears and mouth can work together. And you don't need to begin at full speed. In fact, we're going to make the first step much easier. In the next part, you'll learn silent shadowing, a low-pressure exercise where you practice the movements of English with your lips, tongue, and jaw before you even make a sound. Now that you understand what shadowing is, you may be tempted to play an English video and immediately start speaking as fast as the person you hear. But we're not going to do that yet. We're going to begin with something much easier: silent shadowing. Silent shadowing means copying the physical movements of the speaker without producing any sound. You're going to watch the speaker carefully and imitate the movements of their lips, mouth, and jaw. Why begin silently? Because speaking English requires physical coordination. If you're trying to listen, understand, pronounce every word correctly, remember the sentence, and keep up with the speaker at the same time, your brain can quickly become overwhelmed. Silent shadowing removes some of that pressure. Choose a short English video with a speaker whose face is clearly visible. The English should be slow and easy enough for you to understand. Don't choose a fast movie scene or a difficult interview yet. Play one short sentence. Watch the speaker's mouth carefully. Notice how wide the mouth opens. Notice when the lips come together. Pay attention to the jaw and the general shape of the mouth. Then play the sentence again. This time, move your own mouth with the speaker. Don't make any sound. Simply imitate. If the speaker opens their mouth wider for a particular sound, copy that movement. If their lips become rounded, round your lips. If the sentence moves quickly, allow your mouth to follow the same rhythm as closely as possible. You can even use a mirror while practicing. Watch your own face and become aware of how your mouth moves when forming English sounds. For many learners, this feels unusual at first because English may require movements that aren't common in their first language. That's exactly why we're practicing them. Don't worry about understanding every tiny detail of mouth anatomy. You don't need to analyze every movement perfectly. Your goal is simply to become more aware of the physical side of speaking. Try silent shadowing for 2 or 3 minutes with the same short clip. Watch, copy, repeat. The more familiar the movement becomes, the less effort your mouth may need later when you add your voice. Remember this principle. Before asking your mouth to speak faster, teach it how to move. Silent shadowing gives you a low-pressure starting point. There are no pronunciation mistakes to worry about because you're not producing sound yet. You're simply preparing your speaking muscles for the next stage. And once those movements begin to feel more comfortable, it's time to add your voice. In the next part, we'll move to slow and loud shadowing, where you'll use short, easy English sentences and repeat them clearly enough for your mouth to begin remembering the rhythm. Now that you've practiced the movements of English with silent shadowing, it's time to add your voice. This is slow and loud shadowing. At this stage, don't try to follow a fast native conversation. Speed isn't your goal yet. Your goal is to help your mouth become comfortable producing English sounds, stress, and rhythm clearly. Start by choosing a short piece of audio with easy, slow English. Ideally, use a recording where you understand almost everything. A beginner podcast, a graded English story, or a slow everyday conversation can work well. Keep the clip short. You don't need 10 minutes of new material. Even 30 seconds of clear English can give you plenty to practice. Listen to the first sentence once without speaking. For example, you might hear, "I usually have breakfast before I go to work." Listen carefully to the entire sentence. Don't focus only on the individual words. Pay attention to how the speaker moves from one word to the next. Then pause the audio. Now repeat the sentence out loud. "I usually have breakfast before I go to work." Don't whisper. Use a clear voice. Speaking louder than usual helps you notice what your mouth is actually doing. You can hear your pronunciation more clearly, and your lips, tongue, and jaw have to make the movements more deliberately. Now play the original sentence again. Listen for differences. Maybe the speaker stresses usually, breakfast, and work more strongly. Maybe some of the smaller words sound softer. Maybe 2 words connect in a way you didn't notice the first time. Then repeat it again. Your goal isn't to create a perfect imitation immediately. Your goal is to get a little closer each time. Use this simple cycle. Listen. Pause. Repeat loudly. Listen again. Repeat again. Try the same sentence 3 or 4 times before moving forward. This is important because many learners constantly search for new material. They practice one sentence once, then immediately move to another sentence. But shadowing works through repetition. Your mouth needs multiple opportunities to experience the same sequence of movements. Each repetition makes that movement a little more familiar. Think about learning a physical skill. If you're learning a dance movement, you don't watch it once and expect your body to perform it perfectly. You repeat the same movement until your body becomes comfortable with it. Speaking works in a similar way. Your tongue may initially struggle with a particular combination of sounds. Your jaw may feel tense. You may accidentally separate words that the speaker connects naturally. That's okay. Slow down, listen again, and repeat. At this stage, accuracy and rhythm are more important than speed. If the original audio is still too fast, reduce the playback speed slightly. Practice until you can reproduce the sentence comfortably, then gradually return to the original speed. And remember, don't copy only pronunciation. Copy the music. If the speaker emphasizes a word, emphasize it. If the voice rises, let your voice rise. If the speaker pauses, pause. Try to reproduce the entire shape of the sentence. Remember this principle. First teach your mouth the movement. Speed can come later. Practice slow and loud shadowing for a few minutes every day, using short and understandable material. With repetition, movements that once felt difficult can begin to feel more automatic. And when that happens, you're ready for the final level. In the next part, we'll move toward natural speed shadowing, and you'll meet Jack, a learner who practiced for just 10 minutes a day for 30 days and discovered how consistent mouth training could make his English feel smoother and more natural. Now that you've practiced slowly and clearly, it's time to move to the most challenging stage of shadowing, natural speed shadowing. At this stage, you stop pausing after every sentence. Instead, you listen to the speaker and follow just behind their voice, almost like you're chasing the sentence. Remember the image of a shadow. A shadow doesn't wait several seconds before following you. It moves with you. In the same way, your voice should follow the English speaker with only a very small delay. But don't jump into difficult material. Use the same short audio you've already practiced during slow and loud shadowing. Because you already know the vocabulary, pronunciation, and general rhythm, your brain can focus more attention on keeping up with the speaker. Play the audio at normal speed. Listen to the first few words and begin repeating them immediately. Keep following even if you miss something. This part is important. Don't stop every time you make a mistake. If you miss one word, continue with the next phrase. If your pronunciation isn't perfect, keep moving. Natural speed shadowing is about developing flow and coordination, not producing a flawless performance. Let me tell you about a learner named Jack. Jack could understand English conversations quite well, but speaking was frustrating for him. His sentences often stopped in the middle because his mouth couldn't keep up with his thoughts. Sometimes he knew exactly what he wanted to say, but his tongue seemed to get stuck between words. So Jack decided to practice shadowing for 10 minutes every day for 30 days. During the first week, he used slow audio. He listened, paused, and repeated short sentences loudly. Then he gradually increased the speed. By the second week, he started following the speaker with a small delay. At first, he missed words constantly. Sometimes he couldn't finish one sentence before the next sentence had already started. But Jack didn't restart every time. He kept following. Day after day, the movements became more familiar. By the end of 30 days, Jack noticed an important difference. He wasn't suddenly speaking perfect English, and he hadn't learned thousands of new words. But familiar phrases came out more smoothly. His mouth felt less tense, connected speech became easier to imitate, and he spent less energy thinking about how to physically pronounce every word. The biggest change came from consistency. 10 minutes didn't feel like much on one day. But 10 minutes repeated every day gave Jack hundreds of opportunities to train the same speaking movements. You can use the same progression. Start slowly. Repeat clearly. Then gradually increase the speed until you can follow the original speaker naturally. And when you're practicing at full speed, don't focus only on keeping up with the words. Continue copying the rhythm, stress, pauses, and changes in the speaker's voice. Remember this principle. Natural speed is the result of familiar movement, not forced speed. Don't push your mouth faster than it's ready to move. Train it gradually and let repetition build the coordination. And in the final part, I'll give you a simple 7-day shadowing challenge that requires only 10 minutes a day, one easy conversation, and your willingness to keep showing up. Now we've reached the final part of this lesson, and it's time to turn everything you've learned into a simple challenge. For the next 7 days, I want you to spend just 10 minutes a day practicing shadowing. You don't need a different video every day. In fact, using the same short conversation several times can be more useful because your ears and mouth become increasingly familiar with the sounds, rhythm, and sentence patterns. Start with an easy English conversation that you can understand comfortably. For the first few minutes, use silent shadowing. Watch the speaker and copy the movements of the mouth without making a sound. Then move to slow and loud shadowing. Listen to a short sentence, pause, and repeat it clearly. Pay attention to pronunciation, stress, rhythm, and connected sounds. Finally, spend the last few minutes trying natural speed shadowing. Follow just behind the speaker and keep going even when you miss a word. That's your daily routine. Watch, listen, copy, repeat, follow. Don't worry about sounding perfect after 7 days. The purpose of this challenge is to make your mouth more comfortable with English and train your ears to notice how natural speech actually moves. Most importantly, be consistent. 10 minutes every day is better than practicing for an hour once and then stopping for a week. So start with day 1 today. Choose one simple English conversation. Set a timer for 10 minutes and begin. If you're joining the challenge, leave a comment below saying, "I'm starting the 7-day shadowing challenge." And subscribe to the channel so you can continue practicing English with us. Remember, don't only study English with your eyes. Train it with your ears and your mouth. Keep listening, keep copying, keep speaking, and little by little, let your mouth become more comfortable with the rhythm of English.